prophecies, where we will take on the 324 prophecies that were supposedly fulfilled by Jesus. My name is Rabbi Asher Meza, and we will start where we left off. Prophecy number 2, Genesis 3:15. He will bruise Satan's head, which they claim is fulfilled by Hebrews chapter 2 verse 14 and 1 John chapter 3 verse 18. Christians teach that this verse refers to Jesus destroying Satan or the serpent. Really, this so-called prophecy gets debunked because of prophecy number 1, the prophecy of Jesus claiming to be the seed of the woman. If her seed is not referring to Jesus himself, then who is doing the crushing of the serpent's head? Christian claims actually contradict themselves here because according to the New Testament, Jesus did not defeat Satan. Christians point to the New Testament book of Hebrews, chapter 2, verse 14, where it states that Jesus became flesh and blood so that through death he may render powerless him who had the power of death, that is the devil. Let me ask you a question. Have the works of Satan been destroyed? Did Jesus, by his death, render Satan, the cause of sin, powerless? If he did, there should not be any sinners amongst his believers. Christians also use 1 John chapter 3 verse 8, where it states that the Son of God appeared for this purpose, that he might destroy the works of the devil. No one who is born of God practices sin. You understand? This is what is being said within these verses, that Jesus is the one who crushes the head of the devil. That's what Christians would have you believe. And these verses are numbered as prophecies that have been fulfilled? Fulfilled? Really? If they were fulfilled, why does it also state in 1 John chapter 3 verse 8, he who does what is sinful is of the devil? Also in 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 15 it states, here's a trustworthy saying that deserves full acceptance. Jesus Christ came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am the worst. Even Paul claims himself to Jesus' failure of defeating Satan in 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 18, where it states, for we wanted to come to you, even I, Paul, once and a second time, but Satan hindered us. This Satan that was supposedly defeated by Jesus. Also in Romans 16:20 it states, and the God of peace will crush Satan under your feet shortly. Shortly? This makes no sense. So even the verse was never meant to be a prophecy. Christians, in their over-eagerness to promote their cause, stumble on their own scripture. Now, some Christians make the claim that he will fulfill this verse in his second coming. Well, then they should not include this so-called prophecy in the list of 324, which he has supposedly already fulfilled. So what's the outcome? A, it's not a prophecy. E, is not a prophecy and was not fulfilled. And F, argument is not consistent biblically.